Hi, I'm Suzy. I'm a blogger and I'm also dyslexic. Yeah, at the moment my job is being a student and blogger for obviously learning more about dyslexia and blogging about what I've learned about dyslexia and trying to show there is a good side to dyslexia, plus make it a bit of fun with things I have messed up through spelling and stuff. For instance, last year I found a note from a friend saying that he had been at Flamenco in Spain. So I put it on my Facebook saying, yes, we should let's see you do the Flamingo dancing when you come over to Bo'ness. And he was like, only you could come up with flamingo dancing, and put a picture of a big pink flamingo when I meant to say flamenco. And then getting other things muddled up like money, sterling, ease, eyes. It's so easy to muddle up, but people I find don't get this. So trying to make them see it in a humorous light is quite good, but also that other dyslexics can read it, in a font that they can read, maybe a different coloured background, doing something different with a blog, instead of just going, oh yes, there's just some words and we'll just not bother with that. So trying to get people interested and show that it is good, but it does take a bit of time getting the ideas together. As a blogger, I look at things that I enjoy doing, like cooking, art, going around and getting ideas, talking to friends and thinking, how can I add that to a blog? How can I make it a fun side and show, like telling a story, walking up a hill and your friend standing waving to you as you've fallen into a great big puddle and you're standing there soaking wet, and thinking, how can I make that into a story? How can I make it interesting? And also adding in the dyslexia, but it's in showing that it's part of your life, you're never going to get rid of it. It's always there. And you see people saying, oh, they've overcome their dyslexia. No, it's the dyslexia that's actually helped create the situation, that's helped you think about it in a different light. My career journey, when I left school, I did have all grades and higher, but I couldn't make up my mind what to do. And I went into mental health nursing, which was a huge flop because at that point, I didn't know my dyslexia was a problem and I couldn't keep up with it academically. One minute I was doing great, next minute I was doing not so great. So I then went into more manual work but I didn't realise I was hiding my dyslexia. And it wasn't until I had a large accident and went back to work for a different company that I realised that my dyslexia was a problem, because at that point I thought it was just a reading and writing problem, and it wasn't until I started looking into it and I was like, this makes perfect sense. In fact, what these people are writing about sounds just like me. I'm like, and trying to find help for that and where to go was a journey in itself to try and sort it out, but you never really do sort everything out, but you can find ways to help. And tech is a great way for helping you, and using the tech that I do is very helpful. I got some neurodiverse training and I found out about, I'd heard a lot about Dragon, but I never knew what Dragon was. It's a naturally speaking voice activated software where you have a wee mic and you just talk to the computer and it just brings it all up for you, and you don't have to worry about how fast you're typing, have you spelt it right. It's not perfect like everything. I also use a software called Ginger, which will paragraph things and show you where you've made mistakes. I have the free version, and which has its hindrance because it only allows you so many words to use for the free version, which usually takes me about 2 minutes when I'm trying to write an email. There's also Grammarly, using things like, it's recently changed its name, Drop Task. It shows you how you can mind map and colour code and put things in place so you know where you are with a project or trying to study something, instead of trying to leaf through all this information that you've got and going, where is that? Colour coding it, putting wee post-its and books and stuff is also great. Highlighting the chapters that you're wanting to use when you're studying. There's so much there to help. And that's only just scratching the surface. Google's a fantastic thing. Hearing some of the feedback that I get because I test it out with friends and family first and say, well, what do you think? And they usually go, oh, that's great. And we can see that your confidence has risen and you've got more context, you've got more of a bit of humour in it. You've got also a very serious message. People might read it and think you're a total lunatic, but they can see the problems with the sequencing problems that I have, because I talk about that. And, everybody wants everything in nice, neat little packages, which doesn't work for me. It's like you're at a junction with 15 different roads and you're trying to process all this stuff at the same time, and you just end up brain frozen and stuff. It can be a bit awkward sometimes. Sometimes you get things that just come to you instantly, and there's other times you have to go back and work on it quite a bit. And it's nice to have that peace and quiet within your own house to be able to do that, which is cool. The thing I like about blogging is communicating with other people online. The advice I'd give to my younger self is never give up and never surrender. I know that dyslexia does have its frustrations, and other people see it as stupidity quite a bit of the time, but it's not. If you've got great support and great help from friends, family, people who know that, and just asking for a bit of help. Once you realise where you're needing help, you can improve your life so much. It's just getting the process right and not feeling that you can't do it. You can. You just need to take a bit more time about it, which is frustrating, but it's also very, very rewarding. So the message I would give to young people today is never give up your dreams. You can succeed. You're not silly or daft or stupid. You are an incredible person. You just have to persevere and manage with the frustrations that dyslexia gives you. And it makes you a stronger person in the long run. Once you realise where the problems are, it's a great journey. It can be frustrating. It does take its toll on you at times, but it is also so rewarding, and I'm now beginning to see the rewards, which is fantastic. It's been a journey, and telling people and getting people to proofread and say, well, what do you think? And they're like, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I like that piece. And I've just sort of continued it from there and grown with confidence with my writing. And that's when my partner said, well, why don't you take everything you've written for Dyslexia Scotland plus all the other things that you've got and we'll turn it into a blog. So that's what I've been working on, and just coming up with new ideas and adding them to my blog. And he's put them in blog style for me because I'm not very good that way. So he's constructed it to a blog and edits it for me and then puts it into my blog. So that's how it sort of came about, to get other people to be interested in dyslexia and see where it goes from there.